boy. Hi everybody, welcome to Monday Night Live. Mojo says hello. He's been cuddly man all day, so he'll be with us for the live today. How's everybody doing? I hope we're all having a fabulous evening. Fabulous start to our week. I'm just going to give everybody a couple minutes to sign in. Who just has your boy? Okay, just give me 2 seconds here. So I have fancy announcements. Anybody who follows me on the gram will see that I just posted very exciting story. Sorry, my setup here is a little bit crooked and the gram will be able to see. There we go. So I have an exciting thing to share, but I'm just waiting for people to come on a little bit here. Let's get the gram going. Like these. All right, let's get going. All right, hello everybody. Hello Odari, welcome to the Behance stream. Welcome to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, now Instagram. You guys are awesome. Exciting news, I just picked up my Hues and Tones merch. Check it out. My shirts are all ready. And most exciting news, the hoodies. Check these out. This is the back, and this is the front. Everybody got a really great sweater. The hood is ginormous. It's got an awesome pocket. It's super cozy. So everybody who ordered shirts, you are fabulous and patient. Thank you so much. We run into a couple snags here and there, but they are ready. So anybody who has ordered a shirt who's in my local area, expect them later this week. I'm going to do my counting and packaging tomorrow, as it is late on a Monday now. And then everybody who is out of town, I will be shipping this week. Everybody who has placed an order will get something shipped this week. So if you have not purchased from the site yet and you would like something next week, please head over to hues-tones.square.site and see what we have going on. That's where we've got all these fabulous cards. We have the unicorn. We have the celebration gnome for all your celebration needs. We have the sunflower gnome. These are all cards that you can purchase, and your sweater weather, which is the best. We also have sticker bundles, and the most fabulous, extremely exciting 2023 coloring book is ready to go. Check it out. Sneak peek pages. Check them out. The pages are nice and smooth, all ready to be colored. We've got 20 illustrations in this bad boy. Just keep swimming. So all of these are available on the site right now. So please feel free to hop over and shop. I am mailing a bunch of things out today, but if you want to sit on it, that's totally fine too. We can ship things out. I just want to get things out in time for Christmas. So great stocking stuffers. I had to reprint these twice last year. So hopefully we have enough this year. because my printer is a very busy guy. So please sit, buddy. Come on. So I don't want to. Hopefully we have enough this year, so I don't have to print more. Okay, but this is not why you came. You did not come for a sales pitch. You came to watch some fresco business. Alrighty, so thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate y'all. You're amazing. We are here for Monday Night Live. Okay, so I have now worked on this since we were working on it last week, so we have lots more art to do. But I think we kind of got to the end of this one set of colors. So we'll move on to a different color. Let's color some of the red today because I think that will be a lot of fun. So let's do that. So let me just move this out of the way so I can see everybody. Alrighty. Oh, well, that's just blocking all the comments, Erin. Come on, woman. There we go. Okay, so we want a new layer here, and we want it to be a multiply layer. And then I want to pick my colors. So we want to go into the brushes and we want to go find one of the reds. And I think that's probably this guy right here. Just want to get one that is, yeah, I think that's going to be perfect. All right, so let's work through this kind of stuff here. And we're going to get these reds all shaded up here. See how it goes. Alrighty. Alright, so come in. So this week has been kind of a dud. You be quiet, boy, please. As far as creation and stuff goes, I caught a plague last week. And so I've been kind of out with a cold, so it's been a lot of resting and stuff. But today is actually kind of one of the first human feeling days I've had since that happened. So I was able to get some stuff done around here. Okay, Moj, come on, bud. And go pick up my fabulous swag, which is great. And then get some stuff done around here today. And then hopefully we're going to get back to more of it a little bit later. Excuse me, he's having a meltdown. What, Mojo? Come here. Yeah, okay. I don't have any treats right now, so you just lie down, okay, buddy? This week I'm going to be getting back to promoting because I picked up all the prints and then I got sick, so I haven't really properly promoted all of those outside of the live. So all of that's coming this week. Excuse me, 1 second. Stop it. Come here, please. No. I'm not chasing you. Come here, please. Okay, well, you do your thing. Okay, I'm going to do the live now. Okay? You silly goose. He's been very clingy today, so I apologize in advance if all these noises. So this week I'm going to properly promote all the print things I was able to pick up because I just did not have the energy last week. So luckily we're almost back to normal now, which is great. Alessandra, welcome to the live. Thank you for tuning in today. I really liked your food. Deliciousness. Alessandra was drawing delicious foods on her live yesterday, and they looked really super delicious. All of us were snacking while we watched because they looked so good. Oh no, bad day today, Alessandra. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully this will brighten your day a little tiny bit. Fun stained glass fishes. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. Yeah, so this upcoming week will be all about getting orders out, priority number 1. Priority number 2 will be promoting the products for those who are waiting. And I also think some people, now that Halloween's over, people will start thinking of holiday gifts. So I didn't want to get too ahead of that and make a mess. So we're going to do that this week instead. And I was able to get, I happened upon a live this week that gave me insight into a new printer in Canada that I was unaware of that may be able to do a couple really cool prints. That opened a lot of ideas for me. I'm being vague on purpose because I don't want to make promises that I cannot keep. But there's some projects that I've been kind of keeping in the back of my mind but haven't actioned yet because I didn't know how to get them printed. This company might be able to do it. So these are all projects for next year. Have to get started kind of soon. So I might get started on some of those. I'm trying to ease into my kind of holiday business. I take as many Mondays as I can off towards the end of the year so that I can have long weekends and ease into the holidays, because I found for a few years that like the holidays are my favorite time of year, and I found that I would very frequently be kind of rushing through them and then be all of a sudden at the other end and be really I miss them, and I hate that. I love when the holidays are slow and something we can absorb and take in. So I want to ease into that stuff too. I was looking at some around the house chill projects I want to get started on, like get ready for curled up by the tree and stuff. Like when it gets to that point, I'm going to have these projects ready to go, both art and knitting, books I want to read, all that kind of stuff. So just kind of ready to settle into the holidays. But there's a couple projects that I want to get going on that are a little for me, but also a little that need to be kind of done by the start of next year. It's all chaos around here. But hello, I don't know. Brujeria Studios, thank you so much for tuning in. We are working on this digital beauty right here. Sorry, we have a new person on the gram today, guys. Checking it out. Working on some stained glass style art here. So, what's everybody else working on tonight? What are we looking at? I see Alessandra. Everything's going well today. I'm still doing work notes, and not so fun. Boo! I don't like when work takes extra long. I actually had to work yesterday, and it turned out to be like a whole day thing, which is unfortunate. We had a software upgrade, and we usually do that over the weekends because less people are using the software, or it's less of a hindrance to take the software down. And it just didn't go smoothly the first go, and we ended up working like all day. So I'm going to treat myself to a really nice Christmas gift this year. So yeah, gotten a little bit crazy. So that's not fun, Alessandra. Hopefully you can be done soon. I can vouch for you. I'll say you were working. But yeah, that's no fun. But yeah, some of the projects I'm working on, I've had some lined up for a while, but like I just want to kind of curl up and work on for me to see where they go. So that's like cozy, curl up, stress free is where I want my holidays to be. So I try and do what I can to get ahead of that if I can help it. So that's my goal. So try and set up things so that it's just try and reduce reduce as much chaos as I can. I got one new client for therapy and I was doing take paperwork. Well, that's important business, I would suspect. So even though it's a lot, you want to probably do that properly. So that's a lot of work, but important work at very least. So that's unfortunate, but still good to be doing. Good Lord. This looks great. Thank you. So I've been working on those. But one of the things I kind of wanted to talk about today was kind of like the work that I was doing yesterday. And there's something, it's an incomplete thought. So I will let people say whatever they want. Excuse me. Hey, come here, please. Right now. Mojo, come on, buddy. Enough. Please. We're talking to the humans. Come here. Look. 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 Nothing to be worried about. Look. Be chill with us, man. Be chill with us. Not to worry, buddy. Don't worry about them. They're never coming in this apartment because you yell too much. Okay? Just sit on your bum. Thank you. Sorry, incomplete thought, and then Mojo Mojo completed it for me. No, one thing I was like thinking about yesterday, I've been part of this team for this new workflow software at work, and I've been on it for years now. But it's interesting because I've been on it for a long time because I did user interface design as my master's degree. And it doesn't really use that necessarily. I'm able to use some of the skills from that education, but it's what got me onto that team and into those rooms. So I am part of the team, and I've been on all the different kind of aspects of that project. But I think that there's something that I think we tend to get stuck into as human beings, I think. Is there's things that we're passionate about and things we're good at, and that those sometimes are not always the same thing. So we get into things that we're really good at, which I'm good at this software thing. I'm good at otherwise they wouldn't keep asking me to be on the team. But I'm good at the organization and everything else. But what I'm doing isn't exactly where I would not seek this work out. I would seek out user interface design and work on designs. I expanded my degree. I did a nano degree last year. Just last year? Yeah, it must have been. Anyway, I did a nano degree in user interface just to refresh some of the skills that I'd had in my master's degree. And that was fun. I built a tiny little app for a book, a kind of a Goodreads type app. And just for researching and kind of talking to people and all that kind of stuff. The design part's really interesting to me, but the actual kind of testing and the kind of what's wrong here, what's wrong there, all that kind of stuff. It's interesting, but and I like being on the team, and I like kind of problem solving, and I like being involved in it because it's fun problem solving. But it wouldn't be work that I would seek out to do 24/7. And that's a sit and think thing. I've been kind of meditating on it. So like I said, it's not bad, and I don't not want to do it, but I'm able to do it because I'm balancing out with my technical illustration every day. I'm in my studio every day, and all this other kind of stuff. So there's other things balancing it out. So I just think that I just wonder if that's something that people think about, or whether it's something that we kind of get trapped into, where we may confuse what we're good at with where our passion is. Sometimes they overlap. I feel like I've been told I'm good at drawing, and I love it. So, and it's my passion, so I do it. But there's some things that I'm good at where I just probably that's not for me, but thank you. I just wonder if there's people out there who get stuck in that and be like, no, I'm just really good at this, but don't know why they're not feeling the excitement. Anyway, it's just kind of a thought I had yesterday, and I was like, hey, you know what? I talk creative things on my live. Let's see if there's thoughts on that. Because I think it's easy to confuse the two, to be honest. It's all interesting. The work we were doing yesterday was interesting problem solving. It was interesting to me because the problems weren't affecting me, but I was able to ask some questions that helped me to better understand what was going on and things like that. And then the team that we're working with is really smart, so it's a good opportunity to learn a lot more. So I'm not getting nothing out of it. It's just kind of interesting. Alessandra says, yeah, the skill without a purpose is not fulfilling, which makes sense too. Yeah, you could be really good at something, but if there's no direct goal or something, I could see that being kind of frustrating as well. It was just kind of a thought I had, because I don't know, creativity is the thing I think about on a regular basis, and I think there's a lot of elements to it, and I think I'm gonna bring them to the lives a little bit more, because I would write the blog posts, but I think I'd like to hear other people's opinions, so maybe I'll combine the two next year, and we'll see how that goes. She said, Alessandra says, I had the thought before. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, I think it's just kind of one of those things, unless you stop and really think about it, most stuff like for me, there's a lot of things that I make me concerned about me sometimes. Like I got this is very very simple solution. I got my earbuds when I upgraded my whole studio, and so I got earbuds, and then they changed my life because every time I used my headphones with the wire in them, I'd pull them out because I'm always doing something. I'm doing dishes, I'm arting, I'm doing something else. I'd always pull them out and like, ouch, that hurts, and then move on with my day. It never occurred to me that a wireless would be better. So any of these things that we just stop and think about, I think is really important, you know, and just kind of to see why is that a thing. I do everything creative. ABC, always being creative is my life, no matter what it is. I love that because one of my hashtags that I put on every one of my posts is create every day. There's very rarely a day where I'm not creating in some sort of fashion. And so, you know, like whether it's knitting, art, whether there's always some sort of things. And I am very adamant that every person is a creative person. And I've had some very strong discussions about this. A lot of people don't agree with me. But I think it's really important. So I think I'm going to kind of incorporate, like, I like your, everybody, your always be creative idea, Odaria. Like, I like the idea of creativity talks and things like that, and kind of just incorporating that into this a little bit. Earbuds are the truth. So yeah, so like that was just kind of one example. Sorry, to go back to the earbuds is like the thing that I would always pull them out of my ears and it would hurt. I'd put them back in and move on with my day. I never thought past it. And so when I had the earbuds and I was like, oh my gosh, this is changing. My ears don't hurt as much because I'm not ripping them out of my head. I think that really changed. Like, it made me stop, like, what else am I doing that's awful that I could be changing? Or just, like, just stopping and thinking about the kind of, like, something you're good at versus something you're passionate about. Like, why do I not enjoy this? Like, there was a point just a frustrating point in the software thing. People don't like change. People don't like to come up with do things differently. They don't like to do all that kind of stuff. And we were at the point of implementation. So you're dealing with this every day. So every message I got all day was how stupid this was and how it should do this and it should do that. It doesn't do this and all that. And it became very thankless. I don't need to be patted on the back for doing these upgrades, but we needed to do them. I was spending there all day kind of defending it. Yeah, it doesn't do this, but it does that. But then I like sat for a minute. I'm like, why am I so cranky? I was like, I just don't love this. And so I did talk to my boss and I said, you know, this can't be my full time. And it stopped being my full time. Like, it was my full time for a few years. And then because my boss is wicked awesome, we gave me some other things to do to balance my day out because it was just not good for me. But that stopping and thinking is something that I think a lot of people don't always do. And you got to make sure you're doing the good things for yourself. So, and seeing the why. Ask why a lot. I did that. There's me and another, because we were changing our process. There's me and a lot of people in the room, but me and another guy in particular. We had, we were talking about the processes and the workflow and like what do you need it to do and what can you have, what's the end result? What does it have to do? What would it be nice to do? All that kind of stuff. And then a lot of people are like, I need the software to do X. And you're like, but why? Oh, because we've always done it that way. But why? Oh, this and that. And usually we like wide them to a point of being like, oh, you're right, we don't actually need to do that. So I try and ask why a lot. What did I miss? What did you do? What happened? Grab some snacks. Important snack business, Alessandra. That's important, especially when you're so busy at working. We were just talking about the software work that I was doing at work and just kind of continuing on I talked about earbuds and how I use them as an example for stopping and thinking. We can talk about it another time. But just kind of like, you know, how it's important to like sometimes stop and take a second and think about why you may be reacting or seeing or feeling a certain way, which I don't usually slow down enough to do that. But I would recommend people do it because I get some really interesting insights when I do it. So yeah. What kind of snacks did you get, Alessandra? I didn't eat supper before this, so it'll be a quick dash out when we're done. I was planning to eat dinner, and then I heard from my supplier that my shirts were ready for pickup, and I opted to not wait until tomorrow. So I went to do that instead. Evil Studio Aaron came out. I don't need to eat. I need shirts. Tamarinds. Delicious. I love a good snack. You already dinner though. That's smart. I find, especially lately when I've been doing all the studio stuff, and really focusing on it and really focusing on the shop and really kind of focusing on these things that interest me and kind of pushing myself a little bit more into the studio, not just kind of working when I feel like it, being like, to make this work, you got to put some hours in. I just want to see how far I can go and what I'm able to put in and things like that, more than I just want to see how far I can go, and without pushing myself to a limit. But I do find I am falling into kind of some of the old studio habits, in that not necessarily late nights, but that strong push of you lift your head and you're like, where am I? What's happening? And then kind of forgetting to eat sometimes. It doesn't happen a lot. I feel like it's a healthier version of student studio time, in that I do remember to eat, and I still go to bed at a reasonable hour because I get up at a ridiculous hour, but it's just kind of how quickly I'm falling into some of those, oh yeah, dinner time type habits. Why are we so mad? Don't be so mad. What is the matter, Mojo? Do you want to say hi to the humans? Where's the humans? Where's Mojo? Hi, Mojo. Why are we cranky guy? Why are you cranky guy? Thank you. He's been a snuggle bug all day today. If you get down here, you be nice to the neighbors. Yeah? You're a good boy. Be nice boy. Please don't leap. You're going to hurt yourself. Look! Odari says hello. Say hello. Oh, thank you. Are you going to go play? You be nice boy, please. Good boy. He's been a little shadow all day. I think he knows I'm going back to work tomorrow. Hey, Moj. I asked you to please be nice to the neighbors. Okay? Come on. Dude, come on. No. Nice try, though. Save. Okay, so this is coming together. This one's kind of I was pondering this guy on my drive back to the house today. This one's just feeling a little different than the others, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but definitely feeling a different energy. Well, it's really hard to compete with dragon energy, so the dragon energy was out of control. Listen, buddy. Yeah. Alessandra says, Mojo, woof, woof, woof equals listen, buddy. Yeah. That's the sound you're hearing is him actually stomping his feet because he wants to see me to see him do a trick, so I'll give him a treat. I don't have any of the treats here. He's taking advantage of our training to try and get extra snacks. That's what he's doing. He's very smart. Yeah, so this one's just got a different vibe than the other ones, but like I said, the dragon energies was pretty intense, so this feels a little mellower, but I think that's okay. Coming together nicely though. We'll see how it goes. Oh, sorry, buddy. We still got a few more weeks on it. And now that I have my stock in hand and I can ship it out, I'm going to have more studio minutes to actually work on this in between. So you guys will hopefully see something different next week. This is fun anyway. Excuse me. Oh, Dari, did you post the or did you finish the masks you were doing on your live the other day? I ended up catching up on the live and then it cut out, so I only got to see the part that's posted. But he's doing this really great commission for a client, and it looks awesome. It's like the theater masks. Looks so good. And the Moonstone poster, looking amazing. Odari and Alessandra, killing the weekend. They're doing so good on the weekends. I get bummed when I can't catch them. Mojo, leave the carpet alone, please. You're being a bit of a goof. Goodness me. You cranky guy. So yeah, it was just a bit of a quieter weekend around here just because I was on the mend from this cold that I would not recommend. Supposed to hang out with some family this weekend, but I didn't want to get them sick. But from the sounds of it, that was irrelevant because I think they all got sick anyway. Nuts. I tried. I just had no energy. This cold sucked all the power out, unfortunately. But I knew as soon as I slowed down I was going to get sick, and that's exactly what happened. Alessandra says, I was only able to stream yesterday. My niece is over. That's fun, though. Family's key. That's important business. And Odari says, my stream kept crashing, so I'm finishing it off stream. That's frustrating that the stream would crash like that. You got quite a bit of it done, though. Like, I was watching, and like the expressions on the masks were pretty awesome from what I was seeing when it cut off. So it's starting off great. Darn technology. Getting in the way. Dude, leave them be. Come here. Leave it. You're fine, buddy. Okay? What a goof. Alessandra says, I feel bad. I wish I could help. Yeah, it's hard when you don't know what the issue is. Can you stop? Thank you. When you don't know what's causing the problem. Be nice to narrow it down. Dude. He's such a grump right now. People existing. It's the worst. Poor Mojo. I'm working on the first Moonstone poster on Behance right now. Woohoo! That's exciting. The Moonstone poster looks awesome. So those of you who are relatively newer to the stream, Odari's doing this really great Moonstone project. I mean, like graphic novel. He's built all these characters and stuff, and he's asked me to collaborate with him. So we worked a little bit on the project a couple months ago, but then both of us got redonky busy. So this will be a New Year project. We're going to find some time after the holidays to see what works for our schedules and such, and we're going to be doing at least one dual stream, which is going to be so much fun. But we'll keep you posted on that. And at the same time, working on my children's book. Okay, so tell me about the children's book. You mentioned it yesterday, or you mentioned it on the stream. It's so hard to watch a stream after the fact because I had so many questions. I went to go type in the comments, and there's no comments after the stream, so I felt really upset. So tell me about this children's book. I'm very excited. Because I think that would be so much fun. Although, like, I feel like more than I would anticipate for work. I know a person who did that for a while after school, and it's like it was a lot of work. But if you like doing it and it's your passion, go for it, man. So yeah, so we're going to collaborate on this a little bit, but like I said, in the new year. So keep an eye on the socials. We'll let you know when that ends up happening, but it won't be before the holidays. We're both jammed up. What are we thinking about leaving these full without breaking them up? I wonder... They're probably okay, eh? Because they're pretty little. I'm just thinking of the stripes that we're doing right now, whether that makes sense. I think it would be too busy to break them down. Okay. Alessandra says, I made my own comic book traditionally, but it didn't transfer to digital yet. Yeah, that would be kind of... I'd have to decide when that was going to happen, because I did a small graphic novel once for my dad for Christmas or his birthday one year, and it's like it looks like a lot of work, but it was a shocking amount of work to do it. But yeah, I'd have to find the point of when to go digital. I went digital for the inking part of it. This was many years ago that I made that, but yeah, it's where you get it to digital or not. I guess it depends on kind of the outcome and the final purpose for it. That's something I have to kind of stop and think about a lot now. So is it about your journey from Cape Verde to here? Because that would be cool. Do your own graphic novel for your own self. So, sorry, I was thinking, like, something I have to think about for my art is something like the different possibilities. So I created these gnomes, and I just was going to put them on cards, stickers, magnets, maybe, things like that. I did them in watercolor and then just kind of digitally touched them up. But then someone said they wanted them on shirts. And I didn't think about that. And I didn't think about that for these kinds of illustrations I'm doing here in fresco or anything else. So they're okay and I can make them work. But it's just some like these different purposes, because I would have probably laid them out differently or created the files differently or all that kind of stuff. So just something I have to think about now. Some different stuff that people might be interested in. Okay, so Alessandra's talking about her comic book. She said it's from her journey from Cape Verde to here, which is fantastic. I loved the idea of doing your own project. I think there was a stream a couple weeks ago. They were talking about doing like a self-portrait, and I haven't done one in a long time. And I thought like that's kind of an interesting challenge if I get into a creative block at some point. It'd be fun to kind of try like your own personal, like a stained glass me would be crazy, or personal self-portrait, whatever that looks like. I know Dari says, I wrote it, they were talking about the children's book. I wrote it a year ago, but never did the illustration for the book. So I feel like I need to get it done. Fair enough. You know, for our own personal projects, those are the ones that I find the hardest to kind of keep on track. That's why I do these projects on the live stream, so that, you know, I'm getting at least an hour's worth of it done in a week. But personal deadlines are the hardest thing. For sure. I know I think I've mentioned we're kind of doing job interviews at work, and one student was talking about, I say student because he recently graduated, and was talking about a project that he did. And I was like, just for my own curiosity, how did you stay on track for your own personal work? Because that's the easy one to push aside. That's the easy one to be like, I can't wait till later. Stop. You're being a goof. Thank you. It's easy to push aside or be like, oh, you know, I can do some of that later or whatever. It takes a lot of energy to be disciplined in getting all these projects done. So that's good, Odari. You should be working on something for you. I know, like, even if there's stuff that's just for me and it's on the to-do list, and it's on the to-do list for like a long time, even if it's just for me and I'm the only person who knows about it, it'll still like weigh down a little bit. Like, you're not working on that project. which is one of the ones I've had on my list for a long time. Is one of the ones I'm going to be working on this month or the month after. Well, this month into December and into next year and all that kind of stuff, if it goes the way I pictured. So you'll be seeing some of it if I get it up and rolling, but just like a project you really want to do but haven't been working on. So it's good to see everybody working on these fun projects. And I love the idea of a comic book. I love the idea of children's stories. All this other kind of stuff. There's just, again, only so many hours in a day. I want to do everything. So Alessandra says, yeah, I only have a sketch with pencil done. Hey, that's progress. You've done it. You've got good progress happening. Maybe you could do some of that on some of your lives, because I'd love to see your journey, to be honest. I think that would be really fun, if you're willing to share with people, that is. But it'd be fun to see on the live, see some progress there. But I also like seeing your food and your monsters, so I'm here for your live, whatever you put on there. Sorry, struggling a little bit. Last ends of a cold are kind of the worst. Actually, that's a lie. Midway of a cold is the worst, but I just want to be better. She says, I hope I'll have an Adobe subscription when I'm ready to do it. That would make life a little bit easier. I know for a long time, because when I was a student, was right around the time that Adobe was switching to subscription services. So I bought like CS5 right on like disc, like hard downloaded to my computer. And I was like, this is all I'm ever going to need. I'm not paying a subscription. I don't want to do that. And then, everything happens and stuff. But, and the suite is sweet. There's a lot of stuff with it. But, yeah, there's so much new fancy stuff with it. And I know I was thinking of because I used to have subscription through work, but then our work changed what it was, like how it worked, so we had to get our own. I was like, do I want to get just Illustrator? Do I want to get just Photoshop? And then Fresco came out, and so I ended up with the suite because I couldn't pick. Because I think once you get up to like 2 software, start paying for 2, it just makes sense to just upgrade, just do the whole suite, because at least that was the case when I did mine. But now it opens all my possibilities here. It's like someone was mentioning After Effects in one of the lives the other day, and we work some people I know at work are using it for their work, and I'd like to try it too. I'd like to get into kind of like, not a lot, but little animations. I know Fresco does it as well, just like little things, like the excuse me, sorry, for the dragon, I want like the eyes to glow, or like the smoke to go up. I just want little kind of touches like that. Would be really fun for, it would be fun for like on the gram or anything else. Just give them a little touch of things. So I know After Effects has some of those effects as well. So, I don't like that at all. Let's just try again, shall we? So yeah, having the suite on hand so that you can experiment is really great, but it depends on what you can afford, because it can add up as well. So don't put yourself in a bad spot. Although I do recommend the Adobe subscription, despite what I said when I was a student. And obviously I would strongly recommend, because I live in Fresco now. My poor markers are over here going, play with us. And I've been living in Fresco instead. Poor things. So Dari says, whiskey's been my friend today after work. I felt a cold coming on, but Jameson got rid of it. I love it. I had that thought too. I was thought about maybe it's not a cold and I can get rid of it. And sadly, it was a cold. It was a sneaky one. Like, I thought it was even like a gluten attack. Like, I was like, I kind of feel like I've had gluten. I had like no fever or anything, nothing. And then it sneak attacked me on my day off from work. Lame sauce. But this is about the right timing. Usually everybody who has kids, I always like the first couple weeks after school, all the parents come in sick to the office. And then a couple weeks after that, all of us kidless humans get it. Oh no, Ellis understood. I had COVID for 3 weeks. I was so mad, y'all. My COVID experience was very similar. And I remember getting very frustrated and mad because it took a long time and it affected my brain. Like, I got the COVID fog. And I would just lose a train of thought. Just like mid-sentence, I'd have to ask my boss what I was saying so that I could continue. Yeah, the Rona is not my favorite. Luckily, that was not the case for this one. It was just a cold. Luckily. But, yeah. No fun. I don't like being sick anytime. I like to be on the move. I like to do things. But yeah, I knew as soon as I slowed down and took a bit of a break, I knew it was going to hit me, and it did. So, it's a thing. Well, hopefully everyone is better soon and no one is sick because it's not fun. Twice. Oh man, I don't want to get COVID twice. The first one knocked my lungs well out of commission and I was not impressed with it. So I would like to not, again, 0 stars. Oh dear. Forgot I used a different pattern for this. These little spikies here. It's a different red. So I wonder if I... Now, they're different reds. I wonder if I should... I don't think they're different enough for us to worry. I just wonder if I should do a different shadow on them. I think that's just gonna get... I just wonder... Okay, let's try this. Let's see... Don't think that's going to be enough that we're going to notice the difference. Okay, let's not worry about it because I don't know if you can tell online, but the little things that I'm highlighting right now have a slightly different paper pattern than the other ones. So I thought maybe I should do a different color, but I don't think I need to do that. I don't think it matters. Second time getting it. Boo. Every time you do the I do it too. That's hilarious. Things you don't even notice that you're doing. So funny. I don't rewatch the lives very often. I rewatched a couple just kind of for if I was working on a project and kind of just like remembering where I was at for the next live. And yeah, it's very weird to listen to yourself, see what people have to say. That's so funny. Hey, people are listening. That's great. I love it. Oh my gosh, only 10 more minutes. This is chaos. Okay, let's finish his little belly here, and then we'll see where we're at. Holy cow. Alessandra says, "Sigh, remember I have to do laundry if you want to help me." I feel this, girl. If anybody ever wants to come and help do dishes for me, I'm here for it. Laundry and dishes are just never done, and they're just so frustrating. They're not even that big of a chore. They just feel big because you're never done dishes or laundry. It's absurd. Oh dear. Let's just start over, shall we? It's hard on these thin spaces. I do laundry every Sunday, folding and all. Genius. You know, setting a routine like that definitely helped me do that, like trying to do laundry on a more regular basis, just because it was smaller when I did it and it was less intimidating. Because usually I just didn't want to do it so badly, and then you do it, get to a point where you're like, you have to do laundry, and it's just this ginormous chore. So that's a smarter way to do it. For sure. Do it all in one go. Oh dear. Let's try again. Alright, I'll finish these last two. These tinier, skinnier pieces are tougher to colorize just because they're so thin. Oh dear. I'm on you. Oh, Nini. Here we go. Mess the undo cycle. Clean the house on Saturdays. I try where I can to clean my house on a Friday so that I can have more weekend with my clean house. However, that doesn't always happen. I try at least some of the bigger stuff that kind of like interrupts the weekend. Like today I just did like some vacuuming and dusting and stuff. Like I was off today. So just did little things like that, but yeah. I know like in the pandemic when we were locked down, having the weekends be weekendy, like what you always envision a weekend should be, which they aren't because you're always doing chores and stuff. But I really enjoyed that, so I try as much as I can to make sure that I do as much adulting throughout the week so I can just kind of sit and enjoy the weekends. Yeah, don't bother with laundry when you have COVID, Alessandra. It's not worth it. The laundry will wait. That's the worst. The laundry will wait. So that's what I found with my cold too. It's thrown off my whole groove. I was trying to catch up on my dishes and stuff this week, and I had a really good routine down for a little bit there, so that, because again, I don't like doing them, so if they look small, it's not so bad. Hello, Adobe Live. What's happening? You just tuned in as I'm going to be signing off. That's so unfortunate. We'll hang out for a little bit longer. We'll hang out for a little bit. How's that? I don't want anybody to miss the fabulousness. I'm just going to build a clone of myself at this point. Hey, girl, if you figure that out, can you, like, send me a DM and let me know how to do that? I've always said, like, I don't want to be greedy. I could do a lot with, like, 5 extra hours in a day. Yeah, so I don't want to be greedy. But yeah, if you find out how to clone yourself to get some more work done, my clone can do my dishes for me and I can just keep doing art. Excellent. All right. Alessandra lives close to MIT, so she's going to look into this for me because she is awesome. I wouldn't even use the powers for evil. I just really wanted just not even really good, just good for me. I would just, have the dishes done and, all the laundry, and I could just keep arting all the time. It'd be so great. All right, so we are in Adobe Fresco today, working on, ooh, that lionfish, I tell ya. Alessandra says she went to MIT. I went to their museum and conference. They did a Jaguar robot. Looks very realistic. It freaked me out. Life is but a dream. That's, yeah, some of the stuff that's coming out with this AI and these. There's the robots that were at like the football game or something I read about. Scary business. It freaks me out. But it's also kind of exciting. Like, I watched a video on AI the other day, and it was just kind of interesting how people are excited to use it for good things. And so, yeah, it's just kind of very interesting to me to see where it's going to go. All right, for everybody on Adobe Live tuning in, we are in Adobe Fresco today, working on a stained glass sea creatures. Taking a look at some stained glass style. So we're putting some shading in here. We laid down some color last week and some line art the week before. And we are just starting with our shadows right now. We're going to be getting into highlights and other bigger shadows and everything in the next little while. But for today, we're just be doing our shadows to give us that stained glass effect. I'm going to do a few more here, and then I'll show you some of the other pieces I've been working on. Yeah, I would imagine some of the work that's coming out of MIT would be very eye-opening for sure. I know I had a friend who went to Japan, and this was years ago, so I suspect it's amplified a little bit more now, but she said there was just nothing. I said Japan, right? She's just like nothing technology-wise was going to surprise her ever again. And, like, again, this was at least a decade or so ago. So it's probably way different now, but, or even more so. Like, the tech she saw then is probably not as eye-opening with what you'd see now in these different parts of the world. Definitely be very interesting, and MIT would be one of those places where I'm sure they have some very interesting research going on. Scary and exciting. All right. All right, here we go. I'm actually really liking how that lionfish is coming out. it was a little flat before. I wasn't really feeling the red that I chose. But those highlights are really giving some life. So I'm hoping that that's going to come out when we start doing the fins and stuff on the turtle. I'm not going to muddy him too much. For those of you who are newer to my stuff, I'm going to show you my most recent in this same style. This is our dragon from last session. This is the stained glass effect that I've been looking for. I'm so excited with how this came out. Behance post is still coming for this guy. Like I've been unwell the past couple weeks. The past week or so. So this is all to come this week. This is part of my project. So this is coming through this week. Looks amazing, looks fantastic. Thank you. Regardless of which piece we're talking about, I'm very excited about both of these, but I'm thinking that this is actually turning out really well. Like I said, this one's been a slow burn for me. The dragon and the kraken right off the bat, so excited, losing my mind. And this one's been a slow burn, but I'm really starting to think that this one's coming together really nicely. So I'm very excited with how that's looking. Alessandra says, oh my God, there's a building. This building is like Dr. Seuss house. I almost didn't make it to the conference with all those stairs. That sounds about right. All this technology, it's so funny. Okay, but no, I think this is coming out to really nicely. I really like how that lionfish is coming out. Look at that beauty. So fun. Okay, so we'll see how this comes out. But for right now, I'm going to continue working on the shadows. Hopefully I'll have a lot more of them done by next week, so you guys won't have to watch me do more shadows. We'll do some highlights and fun next week, because I still think there's like a circle element or something that we need to put in here that we haven't yet. So I think that there's some more stuff that has to go in here, so we can figure that all out next week. In the meantime, thank you to everybody who tuned in. Odari, Alessandra, to everybody on the line who has purchased shirts or anything from the Hues and Tone shop. I'm shipping today. I picked it up minutes before the live started. So anybody who's local can expect those to be available. I'm going to be hand delivering local ones Wednesday or Thursday. Everything else I'll be shipping in the mail this week. But I think that's going to be it for tonight's live. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. I appreciate all of you. I really like to hang out with you guys. And I'm going to get a little bit more progress done behind the scenes here, and we'll work on this again next week. I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I will be talking to you all soon. Have a great night, guys. Bye.